Welcome back, my art friends. Let's paint a beach sunset. You're gonna need blue, an orangish red mix, pink, purple, yellow, black, and white. Don't forget to have your brushes on hand. You're gonna need your medium flat brush, as well as a couple of different small round brushes. Your rag is handy, as well as a cup of water for cleaning your brush. So let's get started. With my medium flat brush and that reddish orange mix, I'm gonna make a line right in the middle of my canvas, and this reddish orange line is not gonna be real big. Just kind of smooth those colors out evenly. And then we're gonna add a small area that's just a little bit taller. So if you look, it's not right in the center, it's slightly off to the right, and it's just a little bit bigger than the rest. I'm gonna add just a couple more lines of that orangish red color, so when I make my yellow, it blends nicely. Wash that brush off and grab some yellow paint. Now for our yellow area, we're gonna go just above my orange line, give a bump and straight back over. And we don't wanna mix the reddish orange and the yellow too much, but we do want the colors to blend since we're making a sky. So every once in a while, if I get a little bit too much reddish orange mix on my brush, I'm just gonna wipe it off. I'm not gonna wash it off. I'm also using these small little left to right brush strokes, which are going to help blend my background and allow it to have more of a free flow sunset look. Clean brush, I'm going to add some purple and pink on my flat brush. I'm going to add some areas of this purple and pink just above my yellow, as well as one spot up in the sky. I'm going to use this left to right brush stroke and maybe even add a little bit of white to lighten it up. Now, the dangerous part is that yellow mixed with purple will make a brown color. So you do want to be really mindful that if you get any yellow on your brush, you wipe it off. You can let your yellow and your purple mix a little bit, but just be careful you don't end up with a brown sky. Same brush with some blue paint. I'm going to fill in the rest of this area with a blue and white mixture. Again, doing small brush strokes left to right, letting the colors mix a little bit, but I'm not getting too crazy with my mixing. Blue and yellow will mix to make green, so be mindful that if you hit that yellow with your blue, you're going to want to wipe it off before you end up with a green sky. With a clean brush, I'm going to use some yellow paint, and I'm going to make an area just in the middle of my canvas, about 2 inches wide, yellow. I'm going to take yellow and white mixed, and I'm going to do those same brush strokes left to right to fill in that space. I don't have to stay directly in the lines, but I want to stay pretty close to the lines. I'm going to take a little bit more white and just add a couple of detailed lines in there to show that sunshine on my water. The next area of canvas is going to be that red and orange mix. So I'm going to pull those colors into that yellow, allowing them to mix a little bit, and maybe even adding in some white to lighten up the area. I'm going to do this on both sides of my yellow center. And my remaining space is going to be a purplish, pinkish, whitish color. So a little bit of purple, a little bit of pink, a little bit of white. Might even add some blue in there to pull in the blues from the sky. But remember that orange, when it mixes with purple, will tend to make a brown. So let them touch, let them meet each other, but don't get too mixy-matchy. With a little bit of blue and white on my brush, I'm going to add my final highlights, and some of these are going to go into my orange and some are going to stay in my purple. To make my sun, I'm going to use my finger with a little bit of white paint on it. I find that they make great circles. So with just a little bit of white paint on your finger, you're going to make a small white circle in your sky. Now let's go in and add some details to our background. I like to water my black paint down. I think it goes on the canvas a little bit easier. So we're going to start over here to the right and just make a bumpy line down. This is going to be our ground. Just paint that whole space in black. And these are just going to be skinny lines. I'm going to make 2 of them going in towards my sun and 1 going straight up. So there's 2 skinny lines, and then we're going to thicken these lines up and make sure that the base of our tree is just a little bit thicker than the top. So I'm going to take my brush full of paint, kind of wiggle it at the bottom and pull that line up, gently releasing it as it goes up towards the top to make it thinner. The palm fronds are going to start at the top of my tree and just kind of curve down. I like to put 5 or 6 on each tree. So these palm fronds are pretty simple. If they're up high, you're just going to make small little lines that pull down towards the ground. Now, these should not all be the same length, and if you notice you've got too much space in between, then go back over it a second time. But you really want to see all the different angles of the edges of these leaves. Some of your palm fronds, you might need to put lines on both sides of the main branch. And all you do is make sure that they kind of are symmetrical as you pull them down. Now for our tiki hut, we're going to start with 2 lines that are vertical on our canvas. And it almost looks like a box. We've got the roof and the 2 sides. Now we're going to make 2 more lines for the back areas of the hut. We're going to thicken these lines up just a little bit so that they can support the weight of our grass roof. So let's layer in our grass roof. I'm just going to make some lines that angle down from the top point of the roof down towards the base. And you want to see each one of these ends because that's what's going to show us that it's the grass roof. Now, if I were here on this beach, I'd want to be in a hammock. So my 2 back posts, I'm just going to make a smiley face across them. Then I'm going to drop that smiley face down just a little bit in the center so it looks like there is somebody on the hammock. Go ahead and paint that in black. Let's add just a little bit of a highlight on our hammock as well as on some of the parts of our grass roof. Maybe even a little bit of white lines on the posts of our tiki hut. As always, don't forget that when you're finished, you have to sign your name in the bottom corner. Be sure to post it on our Facebook page, Painting with a Purpose, and like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Remember, stay kind, stay creative, and stay safe. Have a great day, friends.